everybody, welcome to the Comic Game Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and today I'm here to review the Morbius trailer. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I keep it 100. Always. And that's what I pride myself on doing. Regardless if you agree with me or disagree with me, you know I'm giving you my genuine opinion. I'm not bullshitting. I'm much too small of a channel to really bullshit anyways. I'm giving you my genuine opinion. I really did not care about this Morbius trailer. Honestly. And I really do mean this as honest. When the trailer came out, usually I'm all over the place. Like, especially when I get time. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, I'm all over the place, on Instagram. I'm just that kind of guy. I like to look around and just look at stuff. I like to find stuff and like just look around at things. On YouTube and whatnot. And it's so funny, because the Book of Boba Fett, when that trailer came out, I stopped. Like, I was at work. I was at work, just chilling, doing my job, and, I just looked down, went to the break room, had a break, and then next thing I kind of just looked down at my phone, was like, oh, shit, it's out. And I immediately looked at it like a couple times, looked at what everyone was reacting. I was, like, so enthusiastic. But I knew Morbius. I knew the Morbius trailer was coming out Tuesday. We knew about that ahead of time. And even then, I was just like, I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Venom, if you go back, look at the old videos. People, regardless of how I feel about Venom right now, because they're actually seeing the two movies, when you go back, even the new Venom, Let There Be Carnage, I was distinctly like, okay, this is Venom. Like, regardless of how I feel, I am getting to see Venom on the big screen. This is, one of the most popular, most well-known supervillains of all time. One of the most iconic looks. And, even Let There Be Carnage, why I had my issues with that movie, and boy, I had a lot of them. It was still cool seeing Venom fighting Carnage. I was like, oh my god, it's Venom fighting Carnage. Something that I saw for the first time on the fucking 90s cartoon show. And something I've read in comics. I've never seen that live action before. This is awesome. So, that's cool. So, even my problems with those. I never once gave a damn. Like, the only time I ever cared about Morbius was, once again, in the 90s cartoon. And not to mention, I'm just like, why are they making... Like, I was so confused when this movie was announced. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was just this thing. There are so many Sony projects that I thought were jokes that are actual things. Like, people have already forgotten that they're talking about doing some goddamn, like, what was it? Madam Web? Like, what the fuck are they doing over there? And for me personally, I wasn't a big fan of the first trailer. I thought it looked kind of boring to me. And all the problems I have, and I have to say this, all the problems I have with Venom, this looks like, I was angry. I was upset about Venom because I was just upset about the way, I just think that it's stupid. And like, and that's for some people. Some people enjoy it because it's so ridiculous and over the top that they get enjoyment out of it. And that's why I don't go too hard on Venom. I don't really talk about it too often because I'm like, I see what they're going for here. But this movie, to me, it feels like an early 2000s movie. It feels like an early 2000s comic book movie. I'm talking old school, I'm talking old Punisher, I'm talking Daredevil, Elektra, Ghost Rider. That's what it looks like to me. And it's doing the same old plot that I've seen in a billion vampire movies. Oh, he's a vampire. Oh, I have these urges. Oh, I'm a good man, but I feel the urges to kill people. Will I give in to my urges? And will I get it. I've seen this a billion times in about every single vampire movie that has a good vampire. This is a plot line in every single one of them. Like I said, nothing about this movie really appeals to me. When the trailer had came out, I didn't even watch it or even think about it until I saw someone else that fellow YouTuber and someone who follows me on here. I saw his video and I was like, oh yeah. I was like, oh yeah. And it's very disturbing to me Like, Sony has me conflicted. Because I talk all the time on here how, like, I like to take a more logical business standpoint on certain aspects of films and stuff. Because I find that a lot of fans are so emotional and they think with their imagination, and they just kind of fan out and they go, this is what I want, but they don't actually think about how that process would go about, how that even makes any sense. They're just blobbering off what they want without having it make a lick of sense at all. I had that same thought, but Sony is doing this thing, particularly with this film, where they are playing the same fucking game they did before Venom came out, which is is it in the MCU? What does it connect to? What is it? Like, literally, I have looked ever since, because I did see it, and then I started looking around. I have looked around at all the tweets, at all the YouTube videos. Nobody is actually talking about the movie itself. They are talking about what the movie may or may not connect to. Which tells me that subconsciously, all of you don't give a fuck about this movie. You just care about what this movie might be connected to. Which is brilliant marketing. I can't hate the player. Like, it's one of those hate the game, don't hate the game, don't hate the player. It's it's one of those hate the game, don't hate the player moments. Because I'm sitting there like, I can't like, as upset as I am, that I'm like, you guys are gonna profit basically off of pretending that you're in the MCU, and you gotta trick a slew of people into going to see this movie. And they're gonna be like, oh, I thought this was in the MCU. Like, I'm telling you, they're trying to pull another Venom. And I'm like, because I remember when I watched Venom, and I was like, this is not in the fucking MCU. What the fuck is this? And I remember, they're trying to pull the same thing. And like I said, while I'm upset about it, I can't hate it, because I'm like, I mean, it's a brilliant strategy plan. You know, it's a brilliant strategy plan, because literally, that's all people were talking about is this connected? Is this not? I guarantee you, once you go to the movies, because everyone keeps talking about that Michael Keaton scene, I guarantee you, when you actually see that sequence in the movie, it is going to be so fast and so quick. It's barely going to be any time at all. He's probably not even going to actually make references to the other Spider-Man movies in the MCU, because hell, his whole motivation for becoming the Vulture was Iron Man. So, like, how does that even make it? See, that's why I said they are confusing. Like, they confused my friend Seth. They confused people. And I'm like, I don't know how this isn't confusing. It doesn't make a lick of sense that Sony is trying to have their own universe and a Marvel-verse at the same time with villains because Happy is with Aunt May. The whole half of Spider-Man's tech came from Tony Stark. Vulture became Vulture because of Tony Stark. Hell, his Vulture suit is made out of alien technology from the MCU. It doesn't make any sense. Nothing about anything Sony is doing makes any sense. I don't want a fucking Kraven movie. I want Kraven to be the villain in a Spider-Man movie. Why can't we just have Morbius be a villain in a Spider-Man movie? Why can't Venom just be a villain in a Spider-Man movie? Why can't there just be a movie where Venom and Spider-Man team up to fight Carnage, like in the comics? Stuff that Sony does annoys me to high heavens, because I'm just like, it doesn't have to be this way, and it just seems so sloppy and paced together, and just like, we want your money, and we want your money. But, you know, we wouldn't, because you know good and goddamn well, they wouldn't have made a Morbius movie if it wasn't for their connection to the MCU. And sometimes, I think that it probably would have been better for Disney and Marvel Studios to just let Sony flop like a fish, like a fish that just fell out of a fucking cooler or something, like a fish that just fell on the deck of a boat and just flopping around gasping. Like, because that's what they were. That's what they were before this whole Spider-Man deal with Sony Disney deal. They were coming off Amazing Spider-Man 2, which is one of the worst movies of all time. I spent money on my aunt's account to watch that movie, and I regretted every fucking second of it. I got in trouble for nothing. And I just remember watching that movie and just being like, this movie sucks. And the movie damn near killed the Spider-Man franchise in live action films. Only to be saved. And now they're doing this shit. Like I said, I don't like it. And like the thing about it is, I wouldn't feel so strongly about it if they made it completely clear that Venom and all this Morbius stuff isn't something that they're doing on their own. Because then I could just not watch it. You know, I could just be like, nah, whatever. Whatever. Let them do whatever they're doing over there. But they're dabbling in the MCU. They're confusing people about what's going on. They're fucking up MCU continuities. They already did that thing at Homecoming with the 8 years later that didn't make a lick of fucking sense. I'm worried. I'm weary. And there's nothing in this trailer. Like I was saying, I spent most of this video not even talking about the trailer because it's the same thing as the first trailer. I mean, like, it's like I said, it's just okay. I didn't see anything that I haven't seen before. Anyways, thank you guys for joining the Comic Game Movie Show. Please be like, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one. Goodbye. Damn, I really won't be a fan of this. Really won't.